It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. Why hasn't President Donald Trump conceded yet? I have 3, maybe even more, but we'll just stick to 3 at the moment. 3 legal reasons why he hasn't. So let's get into that now on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, share the whole bit. Definitely comment with your thoughts. Hey, if I'm right, I'm right. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Just fill me in, because I'm definitely going to do the same to you. Oh, that sounds pervy. I shouldn't say it like that. All right. Where do we start? Okay. Pennsylvania. All right. Is everyone up to date on what's going on in the 2020 election, or
Yes.
Nobody knows? Because mainstream media, you guys suck. You guys are not dispensing information. Like, I do my research and I look into things, and I go, okay. And then I go to mainstream media to watch being said and talked about what I just did my investigation and research on, and you guys aren't even talking about it, like Pennsylvania. So, Supreme Court Justice Sam Alito, this weekend, late Friday night, he goes, hey, Pennsylvania, separate your votes from November 3rd, 8 p.m. and on. Okay?
Right.
That's what he says. So, boom. Why did he say that? Well, let's go into this. Here, let me pull up the pictures too. Hey, don't forget to if iHeartRadio wise, if you're listening along, check out the Joe Padula Show on Facebook or YouTube to watch the video as well. All right, so this is why the Supreme Court, Justice Alito said, separate the votes. Because in 2019, the Pennsylvania legislature, they passed a law called the Act 77 that permitted all voters to cast their ballots by mail, but in Justice Alito's words, unambiguously required that all mailed ballots be received by 8 p.m. on Election Day. That's Tennessee state law. The legislators made that in 2019. The exact text is 2019 PA Leg Serve Act 2019-77, which stated no absentee ballot under this subsection shall be counted, which is received in the office of the County Board of Elections later than 8 o'clock p.m. on the day of the primary or election. Okay? Let me just explain what that means. Pennsylvania state law made it a law, because it's the legislators who make law. It is not the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, the state Supreme Court, which made a rule a couple months ago saying that you can allow absentee ballots be counted that are received following Election Day, 8 p.m. No. Supreme Court doesn't write law. Supreme Court enforces law. That's the problem here. Act 77 also provided this portion of the law was invalidated, that much of the rest of Act 77, including the liberalization of mail-in voting, would also be void. The exact text is sections 1, 2, 3, 3.2, 4, 5, 5.1, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12 of this act are non-servable. And if any provision of this act or its application to any person or circumstance, I know it sounds all lawyer mumbo-jumbo, but hang with me, is held invalid, the remaining provisions or applications of this act are void. So Pennsylvania state legislators say you can't vote after November 3rd, 8 p.m., despite what the Pennsylvania Supreme Court law says. So now SCOTUS, Supreme Court of the United States, that's SCOTUS, sends a message to Pennsylvania. We are interested in this. Separate your ballots. President Donald Trump, we all went to bed on November 3rd, up by over 600,000 votes. So, Pennsylvania, not called. Well, it has been called by the mainstream media. Again, mainstream media does not pick who the president is. They project who they think the president is. So when you see, AP, Fox News, CNN, all project Joe Biden, Kamala Harris to be the next administration, that's a projection. It has to be certified. It is not certified yet in Pennsylvania, in Arizona, in Michigan, in Wisconsin, in Georgia, in North Carolina. These are not certified. We still got weeks till certification. Weeks. So that's what's going on in Pennsylvania. It's going to the Supreme Court. Now, also, let's go to the other legal problem that Trump is facing, or I guess going after. Dominion voting machines. Have you guys heard of these yet?
No, sir. Yep.
I'm not surprised, Rob, because I'm telling you, they're not even, if they're covering it, they're trying to disavow. Dominion voting machines being used. That's the ones where you go to the machine, boom, you do your thing, boom, your thing goes to somebody, whether it's your left or your right or your independent, whoever.
In Antrim County, ballots were counted for Democrats that were meant for Republicans, causing a 6,000 vote swing against our candidate.
In one county.
The county clerk came
This is coming out of Michigan, by the way.
forward and said tabulating software glitched and caused a miscalculation of the votes. Since then, we have now discovered that 47 counties use this same software in the same capacity. Antrim County had to hand count all of the ballots, and these counties that use this software need to closely examine their results for similar discrepancies.
It's not just in that state of Michigan that uses Dominion, by the way. It is more than a dozen states. Go figure, most of the battleground states that we're seeing right now use this Dominion voting, which happened to have a glitch where it sent in one county, one minor county, where it sent 6,000 votes for President Donald Trump to Joe Biden. That's one county. Now, once this legal investigation goes underway into why this machine did such a glitch, I look forward to the legal process and seeing the actual legal numbers. That's what it comes down to. Legal votes, not projected by media votes. I'm talking about real, legit votes. That flipped that county. On Wednesday, that county had voted for Biden. With the fix, it went to Trump. Will others go that way? We'll find out. If it's just in 47 counties in that one state and majority of other counties in these other battleground states, we'll see. Whether opponents or for the projected winner or President Donald Trump, wouldn't you want to know that your candidate, either side, won as valid as possible? So you allow the process to happen, the legal process. Don't forget, in 2000, Al Gore contested for over 29 days into December.
Yep.
So let the legal ballots be counted and verified. That's what this is all about. Verification. Our election entire process is on the line. I did a little research into Dominion. Let me take a look here. Dominion voting system. So Dominion voting system, this is an electronic service company from Canada that is responsible for the technology used to count votes in many of these close battleground states in the 2020 election. And yes, and it has some issues have arisen in some states such as Michigan, as we just saw, and now Georgia as well, and propelling them into the spotlight. I'm sorry if you haven't heard about Dominion yet, but you will and you should. So Dominion, I just wanted to look at some of the names tied to Dominion. So the company's equipment is used in North Carolina, Nevada, Georgia, Michigan, and Arizona, Mary. And the Times, Wait, where's the one from the Washington Post that I saw that was interesting? Well, the face of the company also saying that they're getting their parts from China, but what I thought was even more interesting, the company's ties to the Clinton Foundation, by the way, which shows, reported by the Washington Post, Dominion Voting is listed as a $25,000 to $50,000 donor to the Clinton Foundation. Should any of our machines that cast ballots have any ties to any party affiliation? No! How can we have a voting system from a company that has financial contributions to any foundation, let alone the Clinton Foundation? Interesting. But you're not hearing this anywhere. Nobody's talking about it in the mainstream. But this is why the legal process is continuing with what's going on with this election. This is why President Donald Trump has not conceded yet. The Trump administration wants to know what the hell is going on if votes from the American people did not go to the person that they wanted. Put in any name. What if votes were taken away from your candidate, whoever that may be? Let's continue with some more information here. Yeah, Dominion. Oh, by the way, the head of the board is of Dominion is one of the ambassadors appointed by former President Barack Obama. So that's the one who heads up Dominion currently. It's very interesting once you do your research. But they don't want you doing your research.
They want you to listen to what they want you to hear.
Right. That's why they're all pushing, oh, President-elect, President-elect. It is not media's call to do so.
Pretty sus.
Check this out.
Media's the imposter.
Amen.
I'm telling you, it is. They have their agenda. Don't get me wrong. I have my agenda too, which is information. Information. Mm-hmm. Just back and forth. That's all. Legal number 3. We talked about Pennsylvania and the courts. We talked about the Dominion voting machines. And now we have to talk about what Mike Detmer put out there, Michigan politician. This was released today from Mike. 10,000 confirmed dead voted by absentee in Detroit. Interesting. 10,000 dead voters in Detroit, one area. 132,000 change of address red flags in Fulton County, Georgia. One county. 132,000 change of addresses that voted. Over 65,000 in-person votes thrown out in Arizona. That's in-person votes. People who actually physically went to go vote, theirs got thrown out in Arizona, and we're still counting. Don't you want to know who they voted for? Who was voting? If it was 65,000 people that were illegally voting in person, don't you want to know that? Don't you want to know if those 65,000 were legal votes? So you have your investigation. So you have the legal teams now dispensed and looking into it all. Legally. On the up and up. Transparency. Yeah, hang in there. This election is far from over. Whether your candidate wins or not, we'll find out. But it's still a ways to go. And there's just 3 legal
In
ways.
Antrim County,
Yep.
ballots were counted
Antrim
for
County.
Democrats that were meant for Republicans.
Unreal.
I just want to point out.
Yeah, what do you got, intern Shane?
Mikey Yeye said it best. Where's the lawyer Wayne when you need him?
Oh, yeah. I think he had a barbecue yesterday. I didn't get a chance to go. And I think he's protesting the show until I go to his barbecue.
Oh.
Yeah, could be. No, he's a busy lawyer. Monday's a good lawyering day for him. But Mikey, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I wish he was here right now just so I could hear his views on it.
Ron, what do you make of all this information just that was just dispensed?
Sad and insane.
Sad and insane.
And the truth is what really needs to come out.
Right.
And we can't count on the media to give us the truth.
No, you can't, and that's a shame. Follow the money, follow the money. These media, I mean, my friends on the left, I thought you were so anti-corporation. All these mainstream media outlets are corporate. What's the word? I don't want to insult.
Corporate funding, or
they are all corporate funding, and they're corporate frauds. Oh, sorry, the frauds. I said fraud. Did Facebook kick us off? There's been a lot of censoring with the social media. JD, what do you make of all this?
Well, I gotta agree with Ron. It's a sad reality, but honestly, this whole thing about counting legal votes or about taking accountability for, what votes are legal or what votes are not. This hasn't really been a topic of discussion in past elections. Me and you both being former active duty military men, we know about accountability.
Oh yeah, absentee votes. I did it every time in the service.
Right. So I mean, it didn't matter what you were doing. Rather you were taking care of a piece of equipment or counting weapons or reading off serial numbers. A lot of times at the end of the day you'll get told do it again. So
do it again.
It's one thing to count the votes one time, but it's another thing. It should be a standard process in which we go through every single legal vote and make sure that they're legal, because it really hasn't been an issue from now. So this should actually be a new standard now that we're in the highest voter turnout in history, so that we never have this issue again.
This will project calls for changing in voter laws. The fact that there isn't across the board voter ID. Okay, Bay, voter ID. Your thoughts on having an identification when you go vote?
It needs to be an ID.
It needs to be an ID.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because you're a voter.
Yeah.
You're this person.
Right. But and I don't mean to bring this up, but you know what I do. The argument for those opposing voter ID are saying that it's racist.
No, it's not.
Why would it be racist?
I said no, it's not. It's not racist.
I know, right?
To have a voter ID. If you're a registered voter,
right,
you should have an ID to prove that you're a registered voter,
right,
with your picture on it.
Yeah.
So that I know that it's you.
When I open a bank account,
you got to have an ID.
When I drive a car,
ID.
When I buy liquor,
ID.
You're damn right, I do. Every time.
When you buy cigarettes.
I don't smoke anymore. Well, you know what? When I buy cigars. To be honest with you, I've been friggin' sober now for friggin' 5 days. It sucks. I'm doing my cleanse. It's my cleanse week. Oh, I need a drink. But what do you think? Okay? Fill us in with your comments, all right? And hopefully this information was informative. Maybe this is the first time you're hearing things like this. And I got so many more things, like what's going on in Nevada with these and as we talked about last week with the blocking of the ballot counters, the ballot observers. I mean, all of these legal things are underway. So hang tight. If you're dancing in the street for your opponent, for your politician,
don't do it.
Not yet. If you're crying in the corner, don't do it. Not yet. Hang tight. Buckle up.
They just want more riots to break out.
You know, Bay.
Yep. That's it. That's what they want.
I have to agree with you on that, Bay. And that, I think, is why media is pushing for this, for a President-elect Biden already. For if this does go to the courts, the stuff gets found out, and boom, hey, re-election, Donald Trump. Oh, there's going to be some mad people.
Yep.
What would you be mad at, though? That you had a truthful election? And, hey, say they do the process and it shows up Biden-Harris. Thank God we had a full process election.
Exactly.
Absolutely. But if it's the other way around, Where's my pitchfork? Mom, I'm leaving the basement. I gotta throw rocks at Starbucks. Never understood that part, but whatever. But hey, again, let us know what you think. Appreciate you hearing us out on this topic. It's very important. Just calm down. Both sides. Take it easy. I love you. I love you. No matter where you sit. You're my fellow brother and sister, okay? America. I can't curse.
I wish we could say that. It's not the same if you don't say the last 2 words of that song.
America.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.